there shall be more that you can develop upon. You must understand that love is always there. It is not about choosing. It is that you could go to the greatest feast, for example, and whatever you wanted, it would be given to you. Therefore, that is the same with love. You do not have to choose. You must just understand that you are worthy enough to feel, to be with your twin flame. For you have experienced lovers, soulmates, some in a relationship, some not in a relationship, and yet it has always been outside there. There will be a time next year when you will understand this further. And you must understand that your twin flame is another aspect of you. For sometimes you are in the air and sometimes you are in the fire. And yet the air can blow out the fire, and yet the fire can merge with the air. We invite your next question, dear.
Çocuklara yönelik bir misyonum olduğu bilgisi.
I have information about that. I have a mission about children.
Bunu daha önce de aldım.
I just took it before.
Crystal children.
Kristal çocuklar.
Ama orada sanki bunun olabilmesi için İstanbul'dan uzaklaşmam gerekiyor. Başka bir yere gitmem gerekiyor.
Guess I have a feeling that I need to go away from Istanbul to do it.
Bunu eşimle birlikte yapmak ve İstanbul'dan uzakta sanki bir arsa alıp o arsada bu çocukları getirebildiğimiz kadar çocuğu bir araya getirmek ve onlara kendilerini keşfetmelerini sağlayacak bir ortam yaratmak.
To do it with my husband, to go outside another city from Istanbul and to rent or buy a place and bring children there to support them for their growth and for their niçin çocukları?
Bu acaba benim bu misyonumdan bir kaçış mekanizmam mı, yoksa gerçekten bu yolculuğa ihtiyacım var mı?
I just wonder if I'm just escaping from my mission or do I really need to go another city?
Correct, dear one. You see, firstly, the whole country of Turkey is changing and Istanbul is not optimal for you.
Öncelikle zaten bütün Türkiye şu an değişiyor ve İstanbul senin için çok optimal değil.
Too much paperwork, too much numbers, too much political changes.
Çok fazla kağıt işi, çok fazla numaralar, çok fazla politik değişiklik.
You see, there are three options.
3 tane opsiyon var.
One to
Bir tanesi.
help the begging children in Konya.
Konya'daki çocuklara yardım etmek. Dilenen çocuklara yardım etmek birincisi.
Then you shall find there are some other special children that are requiring assistance.
Ve orada o zaman başka çocukların, başka yardıma ihtiyacı olan çocukların da olduğunu göreceksin.
You see, you must always be on a vortex or a portal with this fruition of the project.
Sen bu projelerle ilgili hep bir portalın, bir vortexin içindesin genelde. İçinde olman gerekiyor. Bless you.
Therefore, just like a sneeze allows the wind to be transpired.
Bir hapşurma gibi bu transpire dönüşümü izin verir.
The wind that needs to be revealed, otherwise it can turn into frustration.
Rüzgarın değişmesi gerekiyor, yoksa bir yıkıma sebep olur.
A lot of the special children, they have wind inside of them.
Ve özel çocukların içinde rüzgar vardır.
Frustration.
Öfke vardır.
A little baby has frustration and wind gas inside of them.
Küçük bir bebek biraz yıpratıcı ve havaya sahiptir içinde ve gaz derler buna.
A baby wants to crawl the walls. A baby wants to grow, to be free.
O böyle duvarlara tırmanmak ister o bebek. Bir özgür olmak ister büyümek için.
The special children,
Özel çocuklar,
the crystal children,
kristal çocuklar
they want to heal.
iyileşmek istiyorlar.
You have a gift, you can help.
Sen bir hediyen var, onlara yardım edebilirsin.
It is our recommendation first you start with the smallest option of Konya.
Bizim büyük önerimiz buradaki Konya'daki listeyle başlamak.
Yet you must understand that things are changing and the country will not be the same.
Her şeyin değiştiğini anlamanız gerekiyor ve ülke aynı olmayacak.
In the near future.
Çok yakın gelecekte.
And also the other two options
Diğer iki opsiyon
are taking you eastways,
daha doğuya gitmen.
pulling you
Çekiyor seni daha doğu.
eastways.
Doğu.
The other options are India or Nepal.
Hindistan ya da Nepal. Diğer opsiyonda Hindistan ya da Nepal.
Right now this seems obscure,
Şimdi şu an iyi gözüküyor.
seems crazy,
Delice gözüküyor.
and yet it is the most orchestrated option by spirit.
Ama bu çok en enteresan, olabilecek en enteresan opsiyon aslında.
And it shall be financed by spirit.
Ama finansal olarak da karşılanacak ruh tarafından.
Understand that there are many. Some beings are deformed physically.
Bazı varlıklar fiziksel olarak deforme oluyor.
Some children are healthy but traumatized.
Bazı çocuklar sağlıklıdır ama travmatiktir.
But it is like we said at the beginning,
Başta söylediğimiz gibi
putting the planets in an area where they can be respected.
gezegenleri saygı duyulacakları yerlere koymak önemli.
Like the fire and the water.
Ateş ve su gibi.
There's no need for a volcano.
Volkana gerek yok.
There's no need for a tsunami.
Tsunami'ye de gerek yok.
When they are respected,
Veya birbirlerine saygı duydukları zaman
the planets,
gezegenler,
the combination,
kombinasyon
the love will grow.
ve sevgi büyüyecek.
Yes, we invite the next question.
Özel bir sorun yok. Bana faydası olabilecek söylemek istediği bir şey var mı?
I don't have any special question. I just want to hear the things that are gonna benefit me.
You must understand, dear one, although you are very sensitive and often you feel vulnerable,
Sen çok hassas birisin, bunu anlamalısın ve bazen çok kırılgan hissediyorsun.
just like a star in the sky,
Gökyüzündeki bir yıldız gibi.
it is your time to shine.
Parlamanın zamanı artık senin için.
Sometimes you fear that others will not see your light,
Bazen insanların senin ışığını görmediğini hissediyorsun
but your light is needed.
ama senin ışığına ihtiyaç var.
You have shone little sparks at times,
Küçük küçük pırıltılar gösteriyorsun bazen.
and they have been received.
Evet, onlar alınıyor.
Therefore, why do you hide your full light?
Bütün ışığını neden saklıyorsun?
It is time for you to be free and step into your true power.
Özgür olman ve kendi gücün, gerçek gücüne ulaşmanın zamanı artık senin için.
Sometimes you wanted to speak, to sing,
Bazen konuşmak istiyorsun
and you've held in your voice.
ama sesini bile kısıyorsun. Tutuyorsun, geri tutuyorsun.
Remember the miracles.
Mucizeleri hatırla,
Remember the peace.
huzuru, barışı hatırla.
Make sure that you communicate that of your spirit's essence.
Kendi ruhsal varlığınla iletişim kurduğundan emin ol.
Your future is quite fulfilled, shall we say.
Geleceğin çok tatminkar gözüküyor.
It will be busier than it has been till now.
şimdi olduğundan daha meşgul olacaksın
yet more stable.
ama daha oturaklı.
For you could say it has been stable till now, but it has not emotionally.
Şu ana kadar durgun olduğunu düşünebilirsin ama duygusal olarak değildi.
And spiritually, it is like you have been trying to fly whilst you are swimming in the water.
Ruhsal olarak suda yüzerken uçmaya çalışıyorsun.
It's not possible unless you become a swimming butterfly.
Eğer yüzen bir kelebek değilsen bu pek mümkün değil.
And then you're still swimming.
Ama hala yüzüyorsun.
Therefore, you need to come more into your true power now, dear one, and this shall occur once you allow it.
Artık kendi gücüne gelmen bu yüzden gerekli ve sen buna izin verdiğin zaman artık gerçekleşecek.
Let go of the repressed perfectionist in you, dear one.
Bu içindeki mükemmeliyetçiliği bırak.
The Virgoized nature, shall we say.
Başak doğasından bahsediyoruz.
Then the future will be great.
Ondan sonra gelecek çok güzel olacak.
Better than you could have planned.
Planladığından daha güzel olacak.
For when you plan too much,
Çok fazla planladığın zaman
they fall down.
her zaman o planlar bozuluyor.
A butterfly doesn't plan to fly.
Kelebek uçmayı planlamaz.
It allows the wind of spirit, the breath of spirit,
O sadece rüzgarın ruhuna izin verir.
to carry
Nefesine
it.
izin verir. O kendisini taşıması için.
Surrender, dear one, to the
Teslim ol.
Virgoized nature.
Başak bilgeliği doğasında teslim ol.
Indeed.
Gerçekten.
We invite the next question, dear ones.
Ben de ruhsal rehberimin bana vermek istediği son bir mesaj varsa onu dinlemek isterim.
I just want to hear if my spiritual guide want to give me a message.
At times you are ready to finish life, to finish with some
Bazı
Areas.
zamanlar hayatındaki bazı bölümleri bitirmeye yakın oluyorsun.
and yet that was the past.
Ama bu geçmişti.
You are more determined this year,
Bu yıl daha kararlısın,
and yet understanding.
daha anlayışlısın.
Your spirit guide reminds you just like a shield.
Ve ruhsal rehberin sana hatırlatmak istiyor ki bir kabuk gibi
You have this shield
sen bu kabuğu sahipsin. Bir kabuğun var.
for your confidence,
Güvenin için,
for your protection.
korumak için.
For sometimes
Bazen
you feel very sensitive emotions.
çok hassas duyguların var.
You don't always express them.
Ama bunları her zaman ifade etmiyorsun.
See, you coughed.
Mesela şu an öksürdün.
You need to release this feeling that you cannot express your sensitive emotions.
Bu hassasiyetini ifade edemediğin duygularını dışarı çıkarman gerekiyor.
You are stronger than many beings, you know.
Çok varlıktan daha güçlüsün.
You see, you have walked many lives,
Bir sürü hayat yaşamışsın.
and Mars communicates with you often.
Maat seninle çok sık iletişim kuruyor.
You do not need to understand this.
Bunu anlamak zorunda değilsin, anlaman gerekmiyor.
Just know that you have walked many lives and you are a lot stronger than you believe. You tell beings, I'm strong, but you sometimes feel these sensitive emotions about rejection.
Sen insanlara ben güçlüyüm demene gerek yok ama sadece bil ki çok fazla geçmiş hayatın var ve bu duygusal ihtiyaçlarını ifade etmen gerekiyor.
No being could reject a pure heart.
Bunları reddedilme gibi hissediyorsun, direnç olarak görüyorsun ama hiçbir varlık duyguları yüzünden reddedilmez.
A pure heart is the nectar that feeds the world.
Saf bir kalp dünyayı besleyen
The smell of the flowers,
çiçeklerin kokuları,
the birds, the butterflies, the ladybugs, they like to
Kuşlar.
eat the nectar.
Kuşlar, kelebekler, yusufçuklar hepsi nektarı yemek isterler.
You would not fully understand this, but even more important than the seeds is the nectar of the pure heart.
Bunu çok iyi anlayamayacaksın ama tohumlar nektarın kalbinden daha önemlidir.
If you human beings could find just one drop of that nectar of the pure heart of spirit,
Bu saf kalbi, ruhun saf kalbinin nektarından bir damla alsan bile
you would enlighten many.
çok aydınlanacaksın.
Yes. We invite the next question, dear ones.
Şu an çalıştığım işte çok yoruluyorum. Devam edeyim mi bırakayım? Bir basit olsun.
I'm just tired of my current job and shall I quit it or keep going?
Indeed, dear one, it is time to change, for it is time to travel. It is time to celebrate.
Gerçekten değişiklik yapma zamanı, seyahat etme zamanı, kutlama zamanı.
If you are starting a new life, you do not take your old crap with you.
Yeni bir hayata başlıyorken eski yüklerini sen kendine beraber götürmek zorunda değilsin.
You take the precious things with you.
Sadece kıymetlileri alırsın.
And there's a lot more now.
Ve şu an bir sürü var bu kıymetlerden.
Indeed, when
Gerçekten.
travel is foreseen.
Ama seyahat gerçekten öngörülen.
Indeed.
Gerçekten.
Therefore, it is important that you finalize those things before the month of March.
Mart'tan önce bazı şeyleri finalize etmen önemli.
And embrace the full potential of who you are and enjoyment.
Full potansiyelini gör, takdir et ve keyif al bundan artık.
And love and love and love.
Ama aşk, aşk, aşk, aşk.
You know this. Your heart
Biliyorsun
tells
bunu.
you.
Senin kalbin sana bunu anlatıyor.
We invite the next question, dear ones.
I don't have any specific questions. I welcome and I'm open to any suggestions and any messages you have.
You must understand that this is something that is occurring in the world. 21st of January, there will be an infinity portal opening.
21 Ocak'ta sonsuz bir portal açılacak dünyada.
We say this because you must personally understand before there was one eye in your life, now there are two eyes.
Senin kişisel olarak algılaman gereken normalde bir gözün varken şimdi iki gözün olacak.
The infinity sign.
Sonsuzluk sembolü.
It is important to step into the portal that is coming
Portalın içine girmek önemli, gelen portalın.
with both feet,
Bütün ayakların,
with both eyes,
bütün gözlerinle,
with unified
bütünleşerek,
hearts.
kalpten.
Then the journey will be enhanced.
Yolculuk genişleyecek.
That which is coming
Bu gelen
is one of joy,
keyifler, bir tanesi, keyiften biri.
is one of, yes, I've done it.
Evet, bunu yaptım.
There will be success.
Başarı olacak.
Let go of the nerves.
Ne?
Siniri bırak.
Ha.
Gerginliği bırak.
If you have nerves,
Sinirliysen
it is like you are shaking,
sallanıyor gibisindir.
and then the glass breaks.
Ve bardak düşer, cam.
You can move,
Kırılır.
you can dance,
Dans edebilirsin.
but let go of the nerves, otherwise the glass will break.
Ama gerginliği bırak, yoksa cam kırılacak.
You will overcome the nerves,
Üstesinden geleceksin gerginliği.
And you like jewels and you like your hair. This will be important, we see. And it is important that you remember that the book of your life is starting to become more full.
Hayatının kitabı daha da dolmaya başlıyor. Bunu anlaman önemli.
Starting to make more sense now.
Şu an daha anlamlı olmaya başlıyor.
You recognize the characters, the details, the plans.
Karakterleri, detayları ve planları belirliyorsun.
It is working. Yes, yes, dear one. We invite the next question.
I'm living in between two cities, Istanbul and Gaziantep, which is in southeast. And my family business in Gaziantep, and it's not going well. I sometimes feel that I have to do something and I'm feeling more pressure on me. So I am wondering whether I should continue, or is there anything that I can change the fact that the business is going bad in my family business there?
You see, there are changes happening everywhere in the world. There will be changes in many forms, many areas. And it is important that you understand now that you give back to humanity more so than what you have been doing. This you feel it, yet you do not understand how or why. What you have been doing is one of intelligence, and yet you are needed, for you are a lot more powerful, shall we say, than you realize. And it is important that you put your power into place. There will be changes, and although you would like to break free from that fairly soon, it will happen a little bit longer, but there are other areas you are required to, and you shall be leaving Turkey in the near future. It is important that you understand that there is no race, and yet you cannot keep running, for it is like you are running on a treadmill, and you will not get anywhere if you stay in the situation. For it is like you are running from one treadmill to another treadmill. You must come into your true power. And then you realize that we in spirit are gifting you a bicycle that will transport you to higher realms of understanding in your world of bliss. We mean this in a physical sense. Therefore, the more you give, the more you receive. You have a good heart, but you cannot be in the situation that you have been doing so, for it is not in an area that is thriving. You shall understand this. We invite the next question, dear one.
Şu anda bir kitap yazıyorum.
I'm writing a book now.
Ona hız kazandırmak ve daha güzel bir şeyler ortaya koymak için, varsa tıkanıklıkları aşmak için yapabileceğim bir şey var mı ve bu yıl içinde bu kitapla ilgili bir kutlama bekliyor mu beni?
What shall I do if I have any stocks about it? And also I wonder if there is a celebration is waiting for me about this book this year.
It is starting to join to make more sense, dear one.
Daha anlamlı olmaya başlamak için parçalar birleşiyor.
There shall be some success ahead.
Sonunda bir başarı var.
But it is actually already a success.
Zaten kendisi bir başarı hali hazırda.
For some of it was not written, it was known, it was channeled.
Yazıldığı için değil, kanallandığı için.
Therefore it was like the stars spoke to me.
Bu şey gibi, yıldızlar seninle konuşuyor.
The love spoke to me.
Sevgi seninle konuşuyor gibi.
It was revealed by this deliverance.
bu dağıtımla ortaya çıkıyor.
And therefore, we have acknowledged that your book has been birthed into reality already without being completely complete.
Tamamen tamamlanmış olmasa da kitabının ortaya çıkıyor olmasını takdir ediyoruz. Yani aslında gelmiş olmasını.
It is already formed in its attribute. It is like a rainbow appearing before the rainbow was there.
Aslında bütün formu oluştu. Yani bir gökkuşağı gelmeden gökkuşağının orada olması gibi.
We are celebrating already.
Biz şimdiden kutlamaya başladık.
We like parties.
Biz partileri seviyoruz.
We would like a few parties.
Biz birkaç tane parti istiyoruz.
The more beings, the better.
Varlıklar daha iyi olduğunda
The more contributors, the better.
Onlara destek de daha fazla oluyor.
And just to let you know,
Sadece bilmen gereken
this is one book,
bu bir kitap.
or 3 in 1, shall we say?
Üçün biri biz söyleyebiliriz ki.
But there will be more.
Ama daha çok olacak.
You overcome one hurdle, there's another.
Bir tanesinin üstesinden geldim ama üstesinden gelip bir tanesi daha gelecek.
The work's not finished yet, dear one.
İşler daha bitmedi sevgili.
Many more to come.
Daha çok geliyor.
Many.
Çok.
We invite 3 last questions, dear ones.
Aranızdan bir kişi seçin. Sormak isteyen.
Sorabilir miyim?
Siz karar verin.
Sen sordun bunu önce. Bir dakika Ceyda sorsun.
Sorayım mı?
Sor.
Onlar karar versin.
Tamam sen sor.
Okay. Thank you for honoring us tonight. I just want to hear your message to me.
Yes, dear one, for you see what is happening is like the one has been won. And you see, by the partaking of the unification of one and one, you realize that there has been something that has been long awaited for. We do not use the word patience, for patience was not there. It would have liked to have patience, but it was not required because the heart speaks the language of the spirit. The light, the intensity of the heat, the contrasting emotions of being pulled by the hair and put back into place has changed. You are starting to understand that the sunlight is coming through the trees and that your walk has been respected. For you have been walking and walking and walking when you have wanted to run and scream and climb the tree. But the light is there, and what shall be revealed is rather like the situation of circumstance of paradise, of coming into an area that is one of realized union. The union of the stars cannot happen before it is there. It is rather like the birth of the Jesus in your earthly realm. The stars were aligned. The kings came, they brought their attributes, their blessings, and the baby was born. It is rather like that in the transpiring of your reality. You have waited. You know the stars are nearly aligned. And then the treasure shall be there. It is important that you understand in other areas of your life to have the faith that there shall be completion on many forms. Completion of writing, completion of feeling, completion of relationships, and coming into a more stabilized format of physical form. And also it is time that is coming, that it is important for you to be able to receive the love that you deserve. For you have had many lives, you have had many relationships, you have had many journeys, but the love is around the corner, albeit in a orchestrated, auspicious timing. It is also important that you remember you have the remote control for the TV. You can change the channels and you can view in with your feelings. And you are the one that writes the end to your story of life. It can never be any other way.
Thank you.
We invite two last questions, dear ones.
Ben sorabilir misin?
Bir kişi karar versin.
Senaryomun geleceği ne olacak? Bu bahsettiğiniz seyahat, senaryomu bitirmek için daha önce yaptığım seyahatler gibi bir seyahat mi?
I just wonder how the journey, the travel will end in my life. Is it like my previous travels or something else?
Senaryo hakkında. Yani senaryoyu
Aa.
bitirmek için.
Sorry, the scenario I'm talking about, the scenario. How it's gonna be end.
Once a journey starts, dear one, it never ends.
Yolculuk başladığı zaman hiçbir zaman bitmez.
You must understand that you have not always been supported,
Anlamalısın ki her zaman destekleniyorsun.
not always been assisted,
Her zaman desteklenmiyorsun, her zaman asist edilmiyorsun.
but that's just what you felt.
Bu sadece senin hissettiğin.
This time, the travelling, the journeys will be supported.
Bu sefer yolculuğun destekleniyor olacak.
Your back pain shall improve.
Arkan kollanacak.
Yani
Sırt ağrı iyileşecek.
Your strength shall improve.
Senin gücün artacak, güçlenecek, yükselecek.
To persevere,
Per-
persevere, to keep on going.
Devam etmek.
For you want a secure home now. You want to put your feet up.
Güvenli bir ev istiyorsun şu an. Bir adım yukarı çıkmak istiyorsun.
And yet you don't, because you want the excitement, the adventure.
Ama bir taraftan da heyecanı, macerayı istiyorsun.
The travel is certain.
Seyahat kesin gerekli.
It will be unique,
Çok özgün olacak.
slightly different, adjacent from the past,
Geçmişten biraz farklı olacak.
and yet more enriching for the journey ahead.
Önündeki seyahatlerden
Daha zengin olacak.
daha zengin olacak.
It will be the fuel that will propel you forward.
Daha ileriye gitmen için ihtiyacın olan yakıt olacak.
And the paradox in this situation
Bu durumdaki paradoks şu,
is that it shall be more loving
daha sevgi dolu olmalı.
and not alone.
Yalnız olmamalı.
We invite one last question.
Benim sayıyor musun? Ben soracağım.
Burça'da
Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for honoring us. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for the channeler. I'm grateful for all the spirits, souls here. I'm ready. I claim to live my highest potential. I'm ready to hear your guidance, please.
Okay, dear one, you are a complicated one, aren't you? Not an easy bottle to open. You see, there are big celebrations ahead. And yet the champagne must be opened at the right time. Otherwise it all goes to bubbles. But that can still be rejoiced in. You must understand there are celebrations, there are journeys. what has been happening recently for you is you have been starting to prepare some space, some growth in your spirit and your body and your awareness for allowing a higher transformational experience to be revealed. And yet, it has already happened and it is continuing to grow, to expand. You must look towards the rainbow. And you have had your times of quiet in the past. You have had your times of being strong and alone. There is a need for you now to be stronger together. There is a need for you to experience more of the mantras, of the sounds, of the whispering of the trees. It is important now that you understand you too will have travel ahead. And yet it will be a couple of months, not more. You must also understand that as the situations change in the planetary evolution and the countries, that you too will be moving to different countries, shall we say. But the country where any one of you resides is not the only home you have. For there are many planets and dimensions and quantum realities that you travel and experience and you live in. Therefore, the country, the location that you inhabit and you reside in can affect your spiritual evolutionary growth. That is the main reason why you need to leave the country that you are more familiar with. The journey will be that of most intensity, more intensity than you have had before. Therefore, there is the need to build your body, build your strength. There is the need for you to, how do we say, to eat that of the ground. For there are some things that are from the ground that are more strengthening for you during this transitional time. Be it the grain, the root vegetables, the things, the mushrooms, the things that harness the light. For this darkness, like we have said, many beings think that the sky is dark, the soil is dark. It is not. It is fulfilled space. What we mean by fulfilled space is that it is perfectly complete. Therefore, as you start to use that in your way of eating, your way in thinking, your way in living, it gives respect to the Pachamama, shall we say. For you have the work to communicate through this dark matter, this fulfilled space, we would prefer to call it on our spiritual wording. And by doing so, you will allow the evolutionary galactic codes to be properly placed, rather like placing the pieces of a puzzle. Not a jigsaw puzzle per se, but a puzzle. And as these pieces are placed in the right location, there shall be some more transparency of that which needs to be revealed. But you must remember that you cannot do it alone. You must do it in the warmth of your heart. You must do it with the support of those beings that are spiritual and those who you trust. And even in areas of love, there may be passion. But you must go with the being that you can trust with all your life. It is good to be young. It is good to have goals and dreams. And yet, the heart's, how shall we say, the heart's center to be able to allow it to spin must be that of trust, love, light and spirit. You must not forget this, dear one. You must remember some of the past and also start to let go of some of the past. for you are coming into your new skin. Just like a snake sheds a skin, it realizes it already has another beautiful skin, maybe more beautiful than before. There is the need for you soon to stop partaking in denser energies of people, for you are already starting to feel an effect. There will soon be the need from the latest mid this year to fully stop consuming fish. For the fish are going to be more important in your world as time progresses. There is also the need for you to put the places on the map. Where you go this year is where the codes shall be received and planted and uploaded. There will be more on this on another subject. Indeed, we are complete.
Tamamen bitirdik.
Therefore, we remind you of the coded importance of everything that has been transpired. We remind you to count your blessings, not your weaknesses or your challenges.
Zayıflıklarınızı, zorluklarınızı değil, gücünüzü takdir etmenizi hatırlatırız.
For the weakness is the ego.
Çünkü zayıflık egodur.
The blessings are of the spirit.
Şükür ruhun
The divine spirit.
ilahi ruhtan gelir.
If you could sing with your whispers
Islıklarınızı ıslıkları çalabilirseniz,
and sing with your screams of joy,
keyifleri de şarkı söyleyebilirseniz,
balanced into a form and matter,
form ve maddeyle denge kurabilirsiniz,
you would understand the sound of the spheres, the music of the spheres,
kürelerin müziğini anlayabileceksiniz.
the music of the planets.
Gezegenlerin müziğini.
Yes. Therefore, we greet each and every one of you,
Her birinizi takdir ediyoruz
and we bless you with our uttermost love
ve sizi büyük bir sevgiyle kutsuyoruz.
and perfected light.
Bir mükemmel bir ışıkla.
Goodbye and good love.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sapphire, we had a wedding in July,
In July?
and in August.
Really?
We don't know if it's
Where? Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
This
perfect.
Mutlu dedi sana.
Wow.
to be celebration. Ona Temmuz. Bizim harita
Ama
aynı. Biz
Temmuz'da
orada
hem evlilik hem de senaryo